Hey girls, just giving you a quick little review of the Ukrainians team, ukes, that we're playing this weekend. Again, it's just a review. Take a look at it, see what areas of the field that you'll be playing in can be affected, or where you can affect it, and help out the team in terms of our competitive spirit. So we're going to start out by just taking a look at the shape. It's a 4-3-3, and when they build up, they spread out. They get their outside backs really wide, and then the three in the midfield kind of stay in the midfield, and then the wingers get nice and wide as well. Doesn't mean that they don't come inside, but you can see that the idea for them is to get really spread out here, and then play forward as quickly as possible. So, the idea for us is to make sure that let me back up a little bit, is to make sure that once the ball is switched over into this area, we want to make sure that we have good numbers around the ball and everybody's tucking in to where they can help. And then we're making the field, as small as possible for them. Any team that is in a really big, expansive buildup tends to, do poorly when the opponent creates density, or so when we create some density or make it difficult for them to pass through or play through, then that'll be key. Because what happens here is, you see, once they do get into the final third, now they're attacking 3v3, 3v4, and that's something we want to be careful with. Okay, and we want to make sure we're keeping the game in front of us. You can see the center backs now start to drop out. Drop, 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 drop. And now you can see the big shape that their back four has. So it's going to be very important, that we're pushing on, but staying central so that we make play predictable. And then once she passes the ball out wide or to the center back and then out wide, then everybody needs to shift over. So ball out here, everybody needs to shift over, shift over, shift over, and not allow them to come back across this way, force her to play down the line. So again, we want to bend our run, force her to play down the line. And because this player doesn't get over far enough, this player doesn't get far enough, and center backs don't push up, there's gaps for them to be able to play. And that's what a good team in possession. But that's the opportunity for us there, to be able to step in front of that pass that goes forward, and then we can transition and do our thing. So as I said, when the team is in a big build-up, it's important for us to keep numbers around the ball, and then when we get the ball, we want to transition quickly. And unfortunately for them, they didn't transition into open space. So now again, you see how they were able to get the ball forward fast, even though it was the Celtic team that got through and defended well. Now they're getting in behind. And as we talk about, outside backs, we got to make sure we're protecting the space in behind. And you can see the runs that the wingers and the forwards want to do. Unfortunate penalty kick there for them. We'll get to that later. So again, here's their build-up. Center back's nice and wide, not afraid to play the goalkeeper back. These two players are pressing, but there's nobody in these areas. That's not enough space that's controlled by the team in white. So it's important for us, as we recognize their build-up, when they start building up, that we get numbers forward, forward, forward. None of them are going to be able to kick a ball 40 yards, so we've got to really push together, because now look how spread out white is, all over the place. And it just gives this Yuki's team a chance to play through where they want. And now there's a free forward, forward that gets into the 18. A couple more of these. This is a little better, numbers around the ball. So you can see when you have numbers around the ball, success. Okay. So again, back to the point, make sure that we push up numbers against their buildup so that we can force them to make mistakes and create some opportunities of our own. Just recognize that if these three players don't keep her into this line here and force her to play wide, it creates a lot more opportunity for them to get out. So once they're out, they're in a nice big shape. And again, pushing numbers up, pushing numbers up, pushing numbers up. We want to stifle them or not give them the opportunity to create too many 1v or 2v1s in wide areas. So this is good. See how the white team Celtic was able to get up, cause them to cough the ball up under pressure, and then able to win it. So again, just a review, as they're building up, we want to make sure that we're pushing up higher in terms of our numbers by still making sure that we, protect the space in behind when their attackers attack. And you can just showing you the clip of them in transition and how they're able to get forward. I think this is the last one. This is an opportunity for us. So the goalkeeper is, good, but she struggles a little bit under pressure. Not super technical, so you can see that the pass goes right into that pressure, and it makes it difficult. Even though they get out of it, there's still numbers around pressuring the ball. And that's something, even in this situation, coming out, she's not quick to come out to get the ball. So it's important for us to really put her under pressure when they do play the ball to her, but also pushing our numbers up. Let's take a look at her punt. Gets to about half healed at the field that we played at a few weeks ago. Another one here, just under half field. So just be prepared if she's going to punt because we're pressing, then we've got to make sure we have numbers back because you can see what can happen if we just spell it out a little bit more. So she's about to punt, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white shirts, and she's going to punt it over 5 white shirts, 6 if you count the bounce. And now look at how they're attacking. So they win the first ball, they win the second ball, and now there's space in behind. So you can't have 2 center backs going forward. We're better than that. So, obviously, if this is Chaya and she drops it or steps up, then, Naomi needs to make sure she drops back and covers because now it's just a 1v1 foot race, against a quality forward. Just looking at some of their attacking actions and some of their runs. So you can see the ball that goes forward. Now you're going to see this player here and this player here. And again, if we don't have a lot of numbers around the ball, we're just going to be getting into foot races. So we want to make sure our line is defended well. We want to make sure we're facing the ball, and make sure we're in better positions because you can see the runs that they're going to be trying to make in behind. We want to be very careful with ball watching, make sure that the defensive line, and you can see this is their right back and right center back, left back, or left center back, left back. So they didn't stay in their line, and it created a chance for them to be able to get into the 18 and get a shot. So again, let me back up and explain that a little bit more. So as this player has the ball, she has no pressure on her. So it's really important, that our back line looks like this as opposed to how they look. So if we're going to take goal kicks and if we're going to, or long goal kicks, and if we're going to punt, we need to make sure that we have players, up and in. And what that means is as Kaylin gets on the ball and she says, I'm going to punt it or I'm going to kick a long goal kick, this is our left back, left center back, right back, 6, 6, 10, wing, 9, other wing. Okay. So we want to make sure we have a lot of numbers around the ball for wherever the ball is going to land when she hits it. Because you can see that this Celtic group doesn't, and they're able to get on the ball really quickly because of the numbers that they're pushing up. So we really want to make sure we have numbers together. Even though this was a goal kick, it ends up creating a scoring opportunity because White wasn't able to get on the ball quickly. And here's another one. You can see how they look. They actually don't have poor numbers around the ball. Right here, it's just they did not challenge. They weren't tight enough, and then it creates openings, in a 3v3 situation, and a forward is able to get on the ball. You'll see as this goes, comfortable and they're trying to dominate possession, but it can be avoided because remember that this was a goal kick, um, for the Celtic group. And all the craziness, they were able to score a goal. Another goal kick here, not very long, so one player wins the ball, and again, you can see how all the red jerseys are starting to just flood in and around the 18. And again, it just creates a lot of chaos, and they're able to just clear the ball in, and now it's a play in behind an outside back. And you can see what the back four looks like in terms of their shape. It's not very organized. And unfortunate for that goalkeeper. So this is just to show the penalty kick if this player takes it, which way she's going. So just to be ready for it in the event there is a penalty kick. Looking at restarts, this is just a wide restart here. You can see all the players that they have inside, so we want to make sure that we're marked up and not allowing him to have, and then also recognize that it could be a potential shot from that distance as well. Corner kick, they put two out on the ball. They didn't play two. They didn't play the short, but just be aware. You can see the line of players that they have, about 8 yards out at the penalty spot that they're all going to start running in. You can rewind that and take a look at where they're gonna be going. Same thing here, a shot from distance most likely. So just be ready to recognize who's taking it. Um, could be someone else as well. So this is just their setup on a 25, 30-yard free kick. Probably a good idea for us to have someone out here. Maybe that pulls this player out and gives us some time, gives us more space to be able to maybe make a pass. Same thing here, high line. Can we clip the ball over, watch the goalkeeper or delayed reaction to come get the ball? Hands are out instead of coming to attack the ball. So again, just realize that. And then one of their attacking corners or defending corners, nobody on the back post. So as we get some good corners in and we're able to get it to the back post, we want to make sure we have runners there. We want to make sure we have someone on the goalkeeper as well. Also, don't make sure we get that short run in too. So anyways, just some ideas. They're a beatable team. They're a team that we should, be able to find some opportunities on, but we really want to stay disciplined to how we defend as a group and not just, groups of two, groups of three. We want to make sure the team is defending well in our shape. So hope this is helpful. I look forward to watching you guys play this weekend.